The most powerful company in the AI industry is not NVIDIA. It's a memory company that almost burned down in 2012.
Wait, that sounds impossible. Everyone says NVIDIA dominates AI.
NVIDIA dominates compute, but compute is useless without memory. And the company that quietly built the most important memory technology on Earth is SK Hynix.
But I barely hear about them. We always talk about Samsung, Intel, TSMC.
Exactly. For decades, SK Hynix lived in the shadow of those giants. And in 2012, things got even worse. A massive fire tore through one of their most advanced semiconductor factories. Clean rooms destroyed, production stopped, customers panicked, orders vanished.
That sounds like the end of a company.
It almost was. The government had to step in with emergency loans. Debt was piling up. The entire semiconductor industry assumed Hynix might disappear.
So how did they survive?
By making a very strange bet. While the industry was racing to build faster processors and GPUs, Hynix invested everything into a niche memory technology that barely had a market.
Let me guess. The technology AI now depends on?
Exactly. High bandwidth memory, HBM.
I've heard of HBM in GPUs, but why is it so important?
Because AI models move enormous amounts of data. Training a large language model means moving petabytes of data between compute and memory billions of times per second.
So the problem is not the GPU speed anymore.
Correct. Engineers call it the memory wall. Processors became so fast that memory simply couldn't feed them data quickly enough.
So normal memory like DDR5 isn't enough?
Not even close. DDR5 still sends data across a traditional bus, but HBM changes the architecture entirely.
How?
Instead of placing memory somewhere on the motherboard, HBM stacks memory chips vertically and places them directly next to the processor, almost touching it.
So the data travels much shorter distances?
Exactly. That massively increases bandwidth.
But if the idea was so good, why didn't everyone build it?
Because manufacturing it borders on insanity.
Insanity?
Imagine stacking 12 silicon chips on top of each other, then drilling thousands of microscopic vertical tunnels through all of them.
Through all layers?
Yes, these tunnels are called through-silicon vias. They connect every layer electrically.
That sounds extremely fragile.
It is. If one layer fails, the entire stack becomes useless.
So yield must be terrible.
Exactly. Even with excellent yields per chip, stacking 12 layers drops the total yield dramatically. Many stacks fail before they ever leave the factory.
Which means it consumes huge amounts of silicon.
Correct. HBM produces far fewer bits per wafer than traditional DRAM, yet AI companies desperately need it.
So all of this work suddenly paid off?
Yes, when AI exploded, NVIDIA and AMD needed enormous amounts of HBM for their GPUs.
And Hynix was the only company ready?
Exactly. Samsung struggled with yields. Micron wasn't ready yet. Hynix had spent a decade quietly perfecting the technology.
So every NVIDIA GPU suddenly needed Hynix memory.
Not just one chip, 8 HBM stacks per GPU.
8?
Yes, and those memory stacks can represent over half the cost of the entire GPU package.
So every AI data center indirectly depends on Hynix memory.
Precisely.
That's incredible. A company almost destroyed by fire now powers the entire AI revolution.
History often works like that. Sometimes the companies nobody notices end up holding the key technology of the next era.
Thank you, Professor. Now I understand why memory is just as important as GPUs in the AI industry.
Exactly. In computing history, the spotlight often shines on processors, but the real revolutions usually happen in the architecture around them.